Hello, and welcome to Role Playing and Smart People, the podcast where we pretend to know what we're talking about when it comes to all things tabletop. My name is Santa, and thanks for tuning in. This episode is going to be a little bit different. For one, I'm by myself, as you can probably hear, since nobody said hello. And two, we have hit 1,000 downloads for this podcast, and yeah, it honestly, so exciting. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all our listeners. It's so appreciative. We started this really just out of an idea to just talk with us, and I wasn't expecting to get 10 downloads in total, let alone 1,000. I'm blown away, and I really want to thank you guys for hanging around and literally listening to us ramble on about bullshit. Like, it's great. Thank you so much. I can't say it enough. And yeah, thank you. Really, just thank you. But on to kind of the meat of this episode and what I want to talk about. So we weren't expecting much from this podcast, and we are amazed at just the people we've met, the listeners we've actually talked to, everything like that, and we want to make the podcast better. Obviously, everyone kind of wants to make their own podcast better, but we want your help. I created a Discord channel for you guys. I'm going to put the link in the episode description, as well as I'm going to throw it on my stupid Twitter thing that adds to that other thing that shows all our links. I don't know what the hell it's called. I forget at this moment. Whatever. And what you can do on that Discord is, like, well, we want to hear your opinion on the episodes we have released. We want to hear how we can improve and essentially just get better content in general. We want to talk to you about RPGs, obviously. Between the three of us, like, you would honestly be blown away how much we just bullshit about this non-stop, like, every day. Whether it be on systems, rules, settings, or hell, new Kickstarters, since me and Finder kind of have a problem. So enable us, please. If you have any even design questions, if you're making your own RPG, Scott has already made several, and Finder has also started his own, which is currently in the work. I won't really discuss too much of that. You could ask me, but I'm more of a, as Scott puts it, this gonzo character, and I'm more good on writing up settings. So I can help also with that shit, but those two are probably the better picks. Again, feedback. We want to make this podcast better, and the only way is by listening to you guys. Don't worry about hurting our feelings. Scott's military, Finder is a grown-ass man, and I will insult myself way more than you ever could. So, we have thick skin. If you want to find a group to play online with, either through Roll20 or whatever thing, we're gonna put some LFG groups up so we can hunt that down. Or we're always looking for games as well. If you have also any specific or insight on a specific topic related to RPGs, hell, we'd have you on. Like, we created this to talk about RPGs, so if you know a lot about RPGs, we'll have you on, man. I really want to just try to make this for you guys. And also, you can dare us to do stupid things or run stupid things. I'm going to go more on that later, since it's kind of relevant to the second part of this episode. And also, if no one else joins, well, we'll play DCC or something. I don't know. It'll be fun, though. I hopefully promise-ish. I don't promise, but it might be fun. Probably. Also, due to some cruel and vindictive listener, we are attempting to play a 5e Curse of Strahd game in grimdark fashion, where pretty much you put us in pain. The 5e system, I'm not a fan of, but for you guys, we'll do it, okay? We'll do it for you. Let that sink in. That being said, Scott has made some adjustments to the game. The core mechanics are pretty much the same. And we even recorded session 0 just so you guys can get an idea. But really, session 0's, it's not worth listening to the whole damn thing. So I just kind of cut it up and put into bits for you guys. But I'm going to go over a little bit of the changes that we've done. First of all, we've put it into a funnel for the first session. And if you don't know what a funnel is, it's essentially where everyone gets 4 level 0 characters, which have 1d4 plus constitution for their hit points, whether the constitution are plus or negative. You'll hear it a little bit. We also put in Grim Portents, which is almost like how you were born. So one of them could be like scratched by a coffin nail as a child, which twisted your fate. Fed bull's blood to make you stronger as a child. Drank out of a lead bottle as a baby, and now your con saves suck. Kind of on that note, look it up. We did it as humans in the real world because we thought it was a good idea, and we thought a weak baby would be made stronger by drinking milk out of lead bottles. Yeah, anyways, and also all gold becomes copper because Scott hates us and he wants us to suffer as much as possible. So we had literally no coinage, and like buying a torch was considered pretty intense. Also, we're all human, so we can't see worse shit. So it's going to be fun. Yeah. Also, we'll try this and play it, put it on every other week, so we still have our regular content until we all die, which from the looks of session 1, since we've already done session 1, it's going to happen. Trust me. And also, anything else? Oh yeah, for your own enjoyment, and also while I was editing, I was listening to it at 1.3 speed, and it was fucking hilarious. So you're going to listen to the parts that really have nothing to do with it except for us bullshitting. Like Chipmunks. Trust me, it's fun. And if you don't like it, the rest of the episodes will not have this. But I enjoyed it, and if I enjoyed it, that's what matters, right? It's kind of counteractive to the rest of my actual statement ahead, or above, but yeah, whatever, fuck it. But anyways, if you have any questions or want to talk to us, you can join us either on the Discord. You can email me at rpsmartpeople@gmail.com, or you can send me a tweet on Twitter at rpsmartpeople. Enjoy the snippets of Session 0, though, guys. Have fun.
And trust me, it's gonna hurt and it's gonna feel icky. Especially Oren's first character. Yeah.
Wait, oh no, I have a -1 on my strength.
That's
I have
not
a
good. -4 in charisma. -4.
-2 on dexterity.
Just remember, these are your first set. You're gonna get 3 more sets.
10.
Think
7.
Sometimes you think of these people as extra hit points for the others.
Alright, I'll get the character that I want, I'm sure.
Oh, everyone does. You really do get attached to these low effort characters.
I have the perfect idea for my character too already.
Outstanding.
Oh gosh.
Man.
I only get a +1 in my wisdom, everything else is garbage.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of all your guys' scores.
Don't worry.
Don't be. I'm like 0,
no.
1, -1, 1, -2,
Remember,
-3.
this is grim dark. These are normal people, and you're gonna have a little farmer party.
Here I go. 1, -1, 1, 1, -2, -4.
Yes,
-4. Thank you.
Wait, how'd you get a -4?
I got rolled a 3d6 and I got 1, 1, and 1, so
Oh my.
for a total score of 3.
Oh my god.
He literally has no personality.
Yeah, it's fine. He's just rough. Maybe he's a burn victim. Who knows?
He doesn't say anything. He can't.
You're like the peasant from Warcraft.
Okay, then.
What you need me to do?
Okay,
Dora.
Oh man.
Alright, are you guys done with your attributes?
Yep.
Yep. Put them
Okay.
all in there.
So now if you go over to your collection tab and you scroll down to the rollable table that says Grim Portents, these are going to be, you get to roll on this once, and this is the auspices of your character's birth.
Grim Portents roll.
Yeah. And you're going to have to make a note of these somehow, somewhere on your character sheet.
Nursed on fermented bull's blood.
Yeah, I went down. I invented all of these. So
is that a -2?
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Flooded by a loom pin?
Yeah,
What is that?
You're like Sleeping Beauty. Someone poked you when they were making a loom, and for whatever reason, and they drew your blood. And that set off your fate. And so you can see how each of those affects a certain thing. So like for the blooded by a loom pin, it's going to affect every skill check you make in the game.
The next thing you all can do is go to Grim modifiers, and that modifier is the modifier applied to your Grim Portent. So if you have a -3 on your Grim modifier, and your Grim Portent is, say, missile fire damage, that's your penalty to missile fire damage. Welcome to the suck, as they say. Oh, Orin, man, nice. What's that
Yeah,
plus 2 for?
I think skill checks.
Oh, man, you lucky dog.
I mean, it's just gonna counteract the -2s I have everywhere. So
Hey, I'm just saying, that's better than the alternative.
Okay, next up is on the character sheet side. There's going to be, no, wait, sorry, it's on the collection side. I'm slow. It is your backgrounds. Now you randomly determine your background that this character comes from.
Urchin?
Oh,
Some from the sea?
I'm a noble.
no, you're a street beggar.
Oh no!
Now, here's the thing with the backgrounds. We have the compendium, so you can type in the name of your background, or you can click in the background. There's going to be some things in the background that you need to also randomly go through. You guys all know Roll20, so you can just pull up a D6 and a D8 and go through it. So go ahead and start generating your backgrounds, and again, you'll take some of that information down. Oh, it does. It has the roll. So you have your personality trait, your ideal, your bond, and your flaw. And you'll need to generate all 4 of those for your characters, and then we'll talk about the rest of what's in that background section.
Santa, you got a noble?
I got a noble, so I'm in
You might be the lucky one in the party as far as your background weapon.
sleep with my back to a wall or a tree with everything I own wrapped in a bundle in my arms.
You're a true urchin. This is gonna be great.
Oh no.
Yeah, good times.
People I help, or I got people for my ideal. I help the people who help me. That's what keeps us alive.
Oh no.
Sounds like the loyal hindrance to me. Mine is, if you do me an injury, I will crush you, ruin your name, and salt your fields.
Aw,
Yeah.
man.
Ruthless.
These first batch of nobodies is just amazing. But at least we have a noble leading the way.
But we do. Oh, that's
I
right.
will tell you what to do correctly. I know best. I have education. Friends.
It's gonna be so exciting. I'm so
That's-
excited for this funnel.
It's not stealing if I need it more than someone else.
Exactly. It's called reasoning.
I owe my survival to another urchin who taught me how to live on the streets.
Okay, so let's do this. Now we got to generate your
Yeah.
I'll tell you what your background weapons are, because you're going to start with something to defend yourself with based on your background. So, criminal. You start with a dagger. You can type it and drag and drop it onto your character sheet, and it'll add it to it. Do we have an entertainer, a folk hero, guild
Not
artisan,
yet.
hermit, a noble? You start with a longsword.
Ooh.
Of course you do. The sailor, you start with a dagger. The urchin, you start with a dagger.
What's the entertainer have?
Oh, entertainer, a staff, quarterstaff.
Wait, you're an entertainer, Ethan?
Yeah.
And what about a sailor?
A sailor starts with a dagger.
I have a pet mouse.
Do you really?
It's a small knife, a map of the city I grew up in, a pet mouse, a token to remember my parents.
I'm going to tell you right now, for the sake of how this adventure goes, I hope this character survives with that mouse at the very end. Oh my gosh.
A friend in high school had 2 mice living in his hair. Looked like
That's not right.
yeah, but it was true.
Oh man. Here's what I didn't ask you guys, and so we can take the consensus. So part of this challenge from our listener was run Curse of Strahd, true to form, gothic horror, grim dark fantasy. I talked about it with Rich, with your dad, and with Santa, and we discussed that part, and they were okay with it. And I'm leaning more towards I prefer it, but I want you guys to have an experience you want. So initially, I was going to run this as humans only, just because you're going to a land. If you know anything about Strahd, you're going to go to a place where they don't have demi-humans. So we're not going to have dragonborn or tieflings or anything like that. But if we really want to, we can break that conceit a little bit and have the ability to generate. Now this is all random, so elf, halfling, or dwarf. If you guys are so inclined to want demi-humans for whatever reason, or if you're good with all humans, Orin, Ethan.
I'm fine with all humans. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever.
All right, Audra.
What's that?
Are you good with all humans, or would you like to have the option of elves and?
I don't care. I'm good with humans.
All right, humans it is. That's awesome. This is gonna be really, really fun because I think it'll help a lot more. Okay, now the next thing, you guys have to roll a d4 and add your Constitution modifier plus any other modifiers, Audra. This is your starting hit points. Your minimum is 1. Audra. So you might as well, unless your constitution is unfathomably high.
Yes! I rolled the
Wait.
highest I possibly could.
Audra, that means Audra has a 1 because
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
with her constitution
yeah.
at a minus
Hold
2, plus she has a minus 3
Yeah.
to her hit points roll. That's a minus 5. She's dead.
No, she has 1.
Minimum of 1. I know.
It's not Traveler. She's not going to die in character.
Because you have enough minuses that you're Audra.
It sucks. I'm just saying.
No, Audra, you're going to have 3 more characters. I promise you, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I know it's rough. It's rough.
Scratched by a coffin nail.
Ooh.
So it's going to affect my saving throws.
Ooh, all of them.
Survived a famine, but my constitution saving throws are at -2.
Oh, well, that's how you survive. When people listen to this, they'll be like, shh, that's unnecessary. I am triggered.
She's a hopelessly romantic court jester.
Oh, that should play well in a land of gothic horror and vampire.
So yeah, you're an entertainer again. I'm now a noble.
Oh, we got 3 nobles. Man,
And
I'm sure they're all going to survive.
Totally!
this one actually isn't too bad because this one only has 1 negative, and that's the dexterity. Everything else is positive.
Yeah, I just heard Santa, and I know why.
I have a +3 in con, and I rolled, and I got a 4.
You rolled a 1.
I have a jester and a juggler.
You're killing me, Scott. You're
Hey,
really
I don't make these up, man.
Your dice are killing you.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not rolling my dice?
+2, finally. A wineskin that refills when interred with a dead person for a night. Wait,
In other
what?
words, interred when you're buried with a dead person for the night, or when you're like sleeping with a dead person, like in a coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in other words, like you put that wineskin in a casket with a dead person, all of a sudden you got wine, bro. No, is it Santa 3? No, it's Santa 2. If I'm correct, is like the most basic dude on the planet.
Aw.
He's just like strength 10, dexterity. That's the only thing negative 7. Constitution 10, intelligence 10, wisdom 10, charisma 11, and I rolled for those stats. By the way.
Hey, man, that's the part of it. It's fun.
No, I know. I'm just like he's kind of like that guy at the party. Back when we were younger, we had a buddy who we called Lamp.
Yeah.
Right. And that's because like when he was at a party, he was kind of like a lamp. He's like in the corner, his lights on, nobody really notices. But if he was gone, people would be like, "Hey, it's a little bit darker in here." So we always called him Lamp. So it's just interesting.
I got a lot of 10s on here. I don't have anything over a 10 on here.
Which isn't bad because 10 is 0, so it's not a negative.
Right? Be glad.
Yeah.
And it also makes filling your character sheet a lot easier because it all starts at 10.
And we call those characters the hit point box.
My flaw
Yeah.
with all the nobles in this party, the likelihood of it being one of them is really high.
Uh-oh.
So this particular entertainer, I once satirized a noble who still wants my head. It was a mistake that I will likely repeat.
That's what I'm talking about. When we start, I cannot wait. I'm telling you. This is
That's
too
awesome.
good. This is too good. This has worked out really well so far.
Entertainer, you said, starts with a staff.
Yeah. So you guys have weapons? Just no armor, you know?
It's my duty to
My
protect.
ideals
Okay.
and my flaws don't match up at all.
She's got a role plan. What are they?
Respect all people is the ideal.
Okay.
And then people who can't take care of themselves get what they deserve.
Ooh, that's a tough one, right? Yeah. It's like,
I respect you for being incompetent, but you
yeah,
guys-
it's kind of like the old saying, right? Of like, no one is useless, but, you know, you're just not what we need. This is why
What
I told
else is-
Santa. Santa had this concept for a sorcerer, and I was like, you might want to put that in your back pocket.
yeah, I don't think I have anyone with a positive charisma modifier.
It doesn't matter how bad you want to be a sorcerer, buddy.
Not that bad. Min-maxer.
All right. Thank you guys very much for listening to that. I hope you were entertained. If not, my apologies. But either way, have a good week. And next week we'll have session 1, which is not going to be Chipmunk and should be a lot more entertaining. Thanks again, guys. Thank you for 1,000 downloads. Hopefully we'll get to 2,000 in no time. Thanks again. See you on the Discord. Bye-bye.